Hi guys, and welcome back. Now today I am going to show you something pretty special, if you ask me. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this trick after I'm done performing it, but for now let's just get right into it. Now for this trick I am going to need some very special cards. I'm going to need, to be more specific, the 4 kings. Okay? So, the 4 kings. Now, what's so special about the 4 kings? Do you know? No? Well, I'll tell you. We have, of course, the king of spades, we have the king of hearts, we have the king of clubs, and we have the king of diamonds. Now, what's so special about the kings? Well, the kings, they can do all sorts of acrobatic feats. They are pro acrobatics. I'll show you what I mean. Now, if I snap my fingers once, one of the kings will turn over just like that. Isn't that amazing? If I snap my fingers a second time, now 2 of the kings have turned over. A third time, and 3 of the kings have turned over, and a 4th time, and yes, you guessed it, all 4 of the kings have turned over. Now you might be thinking, okay, I mean, that's cool and all, but is that all they can do? That's not very useful, is it? Well, I'll show you one more thing they can do that can come in really handy. I'm gonna riffle through the cards like this, and I want you to say stop wherever you'd like. So just say stop. Okay, right there. Okay, do you see it? Now make sure to remember that card, because I am going to cut it deeper into the deck, just like that. So it's completely lost. Now I'm going to take the 4 face down kings, and we're going to place them right about the middle of the deck, just like so. We're going to square everything up nicely and neatly, just like that. Now, and this is where the magic happens, if I snap my fingers one last time, they will do something truly impressive. All the kings turn over at the same time, and in their midst they've caught one card, and one card only, hopefully your card, the Jack of Hearts. Okay guys, let's get into the tutorial. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that little performance, and if you did, please leave a like. And remember, at 1,000 subscribers we will have a giveaway and a really cool card trick. So make sure to subscribe for that, because it's going to be worth it. So before starting, I just want to be completely honest and tell you all that this trick is probably the most advanced and difficult one I've uploaded so far on the channel. It includes some sleights, for example, that we haven't gone through yet on the channel, but I'm going to go through them briefly in this video, and then they will have individual videos in the future. This is for those of you who maybe are a bit more advanced, maybe you know some of these techniques and you want to learn a really cool new trick, because this is a great trick if you ask me. And if you're not there yet, see this as a demonstration of what you'll be able to do if you keep being subscribed to this channel, keep learning the techniques I try to teach you, and keep practicing. Now, I just want to tell you a little bit about this trick. I think in the 50s or something, Vernon developed a trick called twisting the aces, and where the aces kind of turn over one at a time in the same way as the kings in this trick. And many variations have been done with that trick, and I really like this one because you have that extra little kicker where they can pick a card and then the kings will find the card. This trick, this version, was developed by someone called Phil Goldstein, and you can find it in Card College Volume 2 by Roberto Giobbi, and I think he's done some changes to the handling as well. So those are the credits for this trick. Now, because there are so many sleights and moves in this trick. I will of course go through the trick in chronological order, and I will go through each sleight, and I will first tell you the sleights, describe it in broader terms, broad strokes, and then I will go in and describe them a little bit more in detail. So let's get right into it. So we begin by taking out the 4 kings. So you can go through the deck and out jog the 4 kings just like this, and twist them out. Now what's important is that they are arranged in black, red, black, red order, or red, black, red, black, but they alternate. So make sure to arrange them like that. And now what's going to happen, and this is, as I said, broad strokes, is this. You're going to square these cards up using your left hand, and you're going to steal away 2 cards, just like that. So how do we do that? Well, we need to have a break underneath the two top cards here. And I like to do a pinky count. So if you know how to do that, that's what I recommend. You could also push over 2 cards and then pull them back. And that would also give you a break underneath the top 2 cards. But if you know how to do a pinky count, that is what I recommend. And then you come over with these cards, you square them up, and you pick up all the cards above that break, and you kind of run it back and forth between your thumb and index finger and middle finger, just like that. You can try to bevel the cards a little bit inward to the right, because your left angle will be a little bit better if you do. So that is how you steal away those 2 cards. Now next, you're going to gesture to someone and ask, do you know what's so special about the kings? And as you do, you're going to get another pinky break under the top card. And the best way of doing this, I think, is just to do this. So you just push it over and pull it back, and you have a break underneath the top card. Gesturing to someone is, your cover to do this. Now what you're going to do is you're going to count off these cards singly and display them and say their names. So as you come over and count off the first card, you're going to pick up the card above that break, and you're going to take it up with your right hand and hold a break again above it. Okay, so there are a lot of breaks and stuff here, so let's go through that in a bit more detail. So you have your break underneath that card. You come over, and as you do, and as you thumb off the top king here, you just pick up with your right thumb, you pick up that card. Remember, you hold a break. At the same time as you pull off that king, you pick up that card, and now you're going to return that king to your right hand underneath and square it up. And you're still holding that break. Okay? And now you display the second king, and once again you're going to return it underneath and square up. And as you square up, you're going to drop all the cards below the break. You can kind of catch it also with your left little finger. Okay, so you're displaying that card, you square it up, and as you do, you just drop it onto the deck, just like so. And then you display the next king, you square it up in the same way, and the last king. Position check now is, you have 2 kings here of contrasting colors, with 2 indifferent cards in between them. And on top of the deck, you have 1 indifferent card face down, and 2 face-up kings. So make sure to rewind this if you need to watch it again, because it's a bit complicated, I know. Okay, so now you're going to leave the deck to the side, and now the kings will turn over 1 at a time. And we'll be using a number of false counts here, okay? So the first one is the Elmsley Count. And remember, we're in this position. Now, the broad strokes of this is you're going to take off the top card singly. Now you're going to return that, and you're going to count off 2 cards as 1, okay? And then simply count these off normally, okay? So let's go through that in a bit more detail. As I said, you're in this position. So what you're going to do now is you're going to note this finger here, my left index finger, and you're going to use your thumb to kind of slide the top card over a little bit to the left, and the index finger make sure that these cards stay in place, the cards underneath. So you kind of pivot that card using your thumb against the point here, okay? Now you can pinch all of the cards underneath as you come away with the top card. So that's card number 1, and you count 1. And now you return this card, and as you do, you push 2 cards over. So basically with this movement here, you push the top 2 cards over as 1, and you come back and you leave this card in your left hand underneath the pack. You kind of catch it here with your right middle and index finger, and you come away with those 2 cards. And these they don't have to be completely square here, so don't worry about that. Okay, and then you count off those 2 singly. Okay, so that's the first card turning over. So now you're in this position. So now we have the next count. It's completely fair, but try to mimic the Elmsley Count as much as you can. Our goal is to make these counts look as similar as possible. So you just count off all the cards singly and show that 2 cards have turned over. Okay? So after that, you're in this position, and now you are going to do what's known as a Jordan count. And the broad strokes here is you're going to peel off 2 cards singly. You're going to leave the bottom card in your right hand as you push everything over, and you're going to count that last card singly. So let's go through that in a bit more detail. Okay, so you're in this position, and now you slide that first card over the same way as you did with the Elmsley Count. Come away with that, that's 1. Then you slide away the second card, that's 2. Now you come back with them underneath the right hand, and using your thumb in this pinch grip, you just, push everything over except from the bottom card, which just came back from the left hand, and you come away with everything except the bottom card, and that's the last card. Okay, so now we have the last count showing all the kings turned over. I think it's called the 1-4-4 count. And the broad strokes of this is you're going to take away 3 cards and then exchange it and take away 1 card, and then 3 cards, and then 1 card. Okay, so the details of this is you start by pushing everything over with the pinch grip like this again, taking away 3 cards. Then you come over and basically do the same technique as you did with the Elmsley Count. When you counted off the first card, you slide that over like this, and you pinch everything underneath with your right hand. And now you do that block push off again with 3 cards, and you have 1 card left, which you lay on top. Just practice these counts, try to do them with the same rhythm and the same pace. Okay, so now we're in this position, and you manage to turn over all 4 kings. Now you place the kings to the side, making sure not to flash those 2 kings underneath. And now we'll be using the kings to find their card. But first they have to pick a card, of course. And we're gonna do this with the peek. And the peek is simply this: you hold the cards a bit beveled like this, basically in the fork of your hand. Thumb is pinching on top, these 4 fingers underneath, and you use your index finger or middle finger to just riffle like this. Okay, so you ask them to say stop wherever they want. Let's say they stop here. It's the Queen of Diamonds. Now what you're going to do is, as you come down with your hand, so they can see this, you're going to riffle off 1 more card, their selection. So boop, 1 more card. And you're going to jam in your little finger here as you come down, of course, so they don't see this. And then you're going to just riffle off like so. So now you have a little finger break here, okay? So you square it up, holding that little finger break. What we're going to do now is we're going to exchange this cover card in different card. with their selection, with a pretty clever little cutting sequence. So you say, okay, we're going to cut your cards into the deck a bit deeper. Now what you're going to do, you'll come over and grab the cards in end grip. And as you do, you will lift up that top card with your thumb, with your right thumb. So your right thumb is lifting up that top card, okay? So you come over, it lifts that card up, and is holding a thumb break as you now cut at the pinky break, cutting all those cards to the top, okay? And now what we're going to do is we're going to cut up the kings to the top. Now their selection is on top. So what we're going to do here is we're going to slip cut it. Have your thumb diagonally like this, and as you come away with the bottom part, the part below the pinky break, you kind of drag that top card with you, and that will cover that king. So you come away with the bottom part and you drag the top card with it, okay? Just like so. And you can do this, you can tilt your hands up a little bit, so when you have people sitting opposite to you, you don't need to worry that you'll flash that king. So come away, you drag that card with you, and you leave that on top. Now you can simply cut the cards and place that in the middle, but I like to do a Charlier cut. So we're here, we're an elevated dealer's grip basically, but straddled. So we have the pinky on this side, we have the index finger on this side, and we use the thumb to kind of let go of half the cards and let that fall into the palm. Now we move our index finger underneath and we just push that bottom half away towards the thumb until they're clear. The top part is falling down, and we'll kind of clamp this on top. But before we do that, we insert these kings and bloop, they are clamped between those two parts. And now we square them up nicely and neatly, and everything is set for the big finale where you snap your fingers one last time, and now you can spread the cards and show that all kings turn over at the same time. But not only that, they have caught one card in their midst, in between them, and it happens to be their selection, the Queen of Diamonds. Okay guys, I hope you like that, and I hope you're not too frustrated with me. It is quite a complex trick, and it will take a lot of practice. I guess this is for you, those of you who are a bit more advanced, who maybe already know the Elmsley Count, maybe the Jordan Count, and if you're not there yet, you will be sooner rather than later if you just, keep subscribing, keep practicing, keep learning what I show you. So if you have any questions, as I said, it's a difficult trick, so if you have any questions, leave them down below and I will answer. And if you like this, please give the video a like, it will really help me, and subscribe if you haven't already. And remember, at the 1,000 subscribers, we will have a giveaway and a really cool card trick. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Bye bye.